Hey everyone, I tried a different approach this month and made a lot of my own content, which meant I didn't have quite as much time to work on other people's, but it means I'll have a lot more to release if I get through editing it all. Unfortunately, that means this video is a little more delayed than I'd like, but it's a trade-off. I worked on 2 music videos this month. Larry and I shot one in Joshua Tree, kind of as a test shoot for the second one, but it went really well. I was working with a different camera than I usually use and was pretty happy with the way it turned out. So we had a successful run with that. Larry and I had a good time out in Joshua Tree finding the right spot, getting the right location, looked really good. So I'm in Joshua Tree right now, eating some Chex Mix in this area here. Been hiking up with Larry, who is over there somewhere. It's been a time. It is beautiful up here. It's great, getting out of the city and getting to go back out in nature and seeing how gorgeous and green it is. It's amazing. I've never actually been to Joshua Tree Park before. I've only been to the area like slightly outside of it, I think. So this is dope. So in the middle of April, Larry, Shane, Bondon, and I all go to Vegas to shoot the second music video. This one's a little different because it's for the release of a track that Shane's putting out this summer, and he wanted to have something, kind of a party-style music video to go with that. So we drove there for the weekend, and we shot at a pool party, 2 nightclubs, and I got establishing shots around the strip and different things like that at the hotel. I think it turned out really well, despite the various issues I'm sure you can imagine would happen when shooting a music video in Vegas. And it was a lot of fun. And we even managed to see Lil Jon, T.I., and Steve Aoki while we were there. So keep an eye out for that music video, as it's going to be dropping sometime probably in May, maybe June. So as for projects that are already in the works, I got the hard drive for More of the Limelight, so that means that we'll be moving into the next steps of recreating that timeline, putting that together, trying to get out a more up-to-date, a little more polished version of the film. So I'm excited about that and happy to see how that'll turn out. Carpe Diem also had its Spanish language release this month. So any Spanish-speaking country, it dropped on Amazon in those areas, both with a Castilian Spanish subtitle that I made, and also a more Mexico, Central, South America one, because I know that it can be really different, so I tried to adjust some of the colloquialisms and different terms so that it would be more easily palatable and just funnier, because it's really hard to translate a comedy, so if anything is off, people won't laugh. So I tried to do what I could to create 2 versions of the subtitles that will hopefully be funnier to peoples of those areas. I also directed something this month called The Wait Aftermath. It's going to be basically 2 scenes from the feature presented as they would be to potentially get investors to sway them. I was happy with the shoot. We shot at Envision It Studios in Burbank, and I think it went very well. I got to work with a lot of people that I'd worked with in the past. Brought back some actors such as Tim Saxton, who I had worked with on both Carpe Diem and Highland. Malik, who had also worked on Highland. It was the first time that Tim and Malik got to meet each other, even though they had both worked on the same short film. And also a lot of people that I had worked with on various other sets. All in all, I think it went very well, and I'm happy with the content that we got. It was another time where I was both acting and directing, and I'm always a little hesitant to do that, especially because I've done it as many times as I have now, but things just fell in place that way. I also picked up a new part-time job at a boxing gym called Gloveworks. So Gloveworks is not just your average boxing gym, it's a state-of-the-art, semi-private boxing gym, and every coach is really, really good. I really like the place, it's been amazing so far. It was founded by a guy named Leon 4 or 5 years ago, a great guy, and he's really brought this to sort of the next level. It was one location at first, now we have location in Santa Monica and Century City, as well as a third one near the World Trade Center in New York City. All in all, I really love my experience there so far. I have met a bunch of really cool people, and it also helps pay the bills. Had 3 photo shoots this month, 2 of which were with Alex Peterson. One was for Espionage, a short film I worked on a while back, and the other for The Wait, a different short film that will potentially be made into a feature. We also shot the official poster for The Butcher this month, and I got to be in it. You might have seen some of the other promotional content that was coming up beforehand, but this is the real deal. 4 bodies in a tub, big knife, lots of blood. It was a little cramped at times, but a lot of fun to work on. I'm excited to see how far this film will go once it's finally released, but the next step will be test screenings and getting feedback. As for travel this month, I went to Big Bear with some homies from school. It was a lot of fun, went hiking, we always like to hike up the mountains and, get to see the view, all that. So, good time there. It's also always good to reconnect with people. I hadn't seen a lot of them in quite a while, so it's always good to, to have that time to reconvene, to catch up, see how people have been. So I was glad I was able to be there. April 22nd this month was also my birthday, and I slept in, didn't leave the house, and it was amazing. I hadn't really had a day off in quite a while, so I just loved being able to take the time to not party, not go anywhere, not do anything, not work on anything, just exist. And so it was glorious. I needed a day like that. I really did. April's also Stroke Awareness Month, so I wanted to say something about how you can help people going through post-stroke recovery. You can ask us 3 things: what we struggle with, what we miss, and what we never expected. It'll begin a dialogue that can really help you understand, how that stroke has affected the individual, and that awareness can be really positive for both the stroke warrior and yourself when interacting with them. And that's pretty much the month. See you soon.